Hello there, my name is Exility, and with the World Cup just finishing and FIFA will soon be approaching, I thought I'll put my opinion across on what I believe the player ratings will be for the Ultimate Team. I'm going to go through each team in the Premier League because that's the league I probably watch the most and I probably know most about. So I'm going to start off with Arsenal, and the first player I'm actually going to analyse is their youngster Joel Campbell. Because of some paperwork issues and license or something like that, he wasn't allowed to play for Arsenal when he signed them about 3 years ago. So he's been out on loan on a few clubs. Olympiacos with his most recent club, scoring 8 goals and 32 appearances. I think the one that people mostly remember is the one against United, because that sort of showed that he can play against bigger teams. But what caught the attention of a lot of people around the world is him and his teammates, how well Costa Rican teammates did at the World Cup. Absolutely storming the group, with Italy, Uruguay and England in, and no one gave him a chance. But showing that he can do it at world class level shows that Arsenal have got a good signing here. So, but for his FIFA 15 card, I moved him from a right wing to striker because I believe that's where he'll play mostly when he comes on. Because I don't think he'll play every game for Arsenal because of the likes of Theo Walcott, Giroud, and the new signing Sanchez, Lucas Podolski, players like that will have that bit more experience than him to win games. But saying that, I've upped his I've upped his dribbling by 2 because I think with his because he's youngster, he likes to run at defenders, stuff like that. But the biggest one I've upgraded is shooting, because I believe 8 goals last season for Olympiacos, getting a few goals in the World Cup, I believe, just shows you can find the back of the net. Maybe because he's young, he's inexperienced, he can't do it on a consistent basis, but that will come with age and come throughout the season. And I definitely can see if he plays a few games, he'll get an inform somewhere down the line. The next player I will be having a look at is Koscielny. Last season, I think he was one of the best in the league for centre backs. I was surprised when I didn't see him in Team of the Year, because I think without him there would have been a lot more goals. Because no offence to Szczesny, he's not the best keeper in the Premier League, so without him I think he would have commanding with Per Mertesacker did well for Arsenal. So with that, I gave him an upgrade of 2 for his defending and an upgrade of 2 for his heading, because I think that's the 2 areas he's strongest in his game. He could get a few headed goals. His heading clearances is one of the best in the Premier League. Maybe it's just behind Vincent Kompany, and he can play pretty good at sweeper as well, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Write in the comments below if you don't think that's right. But also, Arsenal play a very keep the ball, possession football, so they want to play out of the back. So I've given him an upgrade of 2 passing, because I believe every Arsenal player will have good passing, because that's what's drilled into them really from the beginning, to keep the ball, have a good pass, stuff like that. So if this card is true, an 84 next season, he'll be probably one of the best, cheap probably, to have in a Premier League team. Thirdly, this is probably the most controversial one. I've downgraded Ozil by 1, because at the start of his Arsenal career, he showed signs of being one of the greatest Arsenal players. The way he passed through the defence and stuff like that. But I think that deteriorated with Arsenal's season, because they were doing good at the start, but sort of slowly his consistency went down due to injuries as well. I know that, but I think Ozil's performance went down as well. Saying that, he had a decent start, winning the World Cup. You have to be a good player in a good team to win the World Cup. But I think there's some games where he looks like he's just not really involved with the game, but when he does play, he could play it like an 89, 90 rated player, just makes things look so easy. But if you look at other players around him, like Thomas Muller, Yaya Toure, Royce, like players of his same sort of card level, I think they can play at a more consistent level. So I thought I'd downgrade Ozil just by one, just so it shows that he is sort of equal to them, if not a little bit less consistent. Saying from bad to good, I've absolutely rate Ramsey now. Like last season, I probably thought he shouldn't even be in the Arsenal team, but saying that now, he is to start the season. Unfortunately, due to injury, he didn't really have a full season, but his consistency in passing, his dribbling, getting in a few vital goals as well, like, and just being able to split the defence like with a stunning pass or a stunning dribble. That's why I've upgraded him by 2. So the obvious ones are like dribbling +2, shooting +2. I have upped his defence by 2 as well, because I think he has played games where he can drop back into the like defensive role when there's like players injured and stuff like that. He's passing by 3 because I think that's the most he's improved in, because some of the balls he's played is absolutely phenomenal. But I wish, even from a Man United fan point of view, I do wish he plays more next season, because it'll be good to see like a British player sort of shine in the Premier League. Speaking of British, and someone who's sort of been plagued with a few injuries, Wilshere, I only upgraded him by 1. I wasn't even considering upgrading him, because he is at the level what people expected him to be. Like, he's nothing better, he's nothing worse, but I can see him definitely getting better with like more consistent game time, as in no injuries and stuff like that. Like, he was involved with the like best team goal I've ever seen of all time, the one where he like passed it off to Giroud, he flicked it through, dinked it over the keeper, stuff like that, you know he can do. But sometimes he needs to just be a little, like Ozil, a little bit more consistent. But I have given him upgraded by 1 because I think he can play at an 83 level and can stay there. Like I said before, with Ramsey, I hope these two play a lot next season, with Ozil just in front of them maybe, or them 3 just in that midfield. It could be a very, very scary prospect to face against. Thank you for watching my first one. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you think I should do some more different Arsenal players, because I might do a wrap up after the Premier League teams are all done. See you next time for Aston Villa.